Hi, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to work on the wings from the Hangar 9 Carbon Cub. And what we'll do in the first video is connecting the flap and aileron and put the servos in. The struts will be coming in a later video. That is when the whole plane is put together. And so that's what we'll do. Let's get cracking. Okay, let's start with the wing. Remove each wing section from the protective plastic bag. Then we remove the paper tape from the control surfaces. In my case, the tape is very sticky. I should have warmed it up. Maybe that helped to get it off. But I didn't, so it's very sticky. Then we have to remove the control surfaces and take out the hinges. You need some pins as well. And then stick a pin through the middle of each hinge. This will prevent the hinge to go in too deep in the wing or control surface when we put it all together. You need to drill a hole in the center of each hinge slot in the wing and control surface. This allows the CA glue to get deeper into the wood and hinge for better connection. It's not visible in this video. Unfortunately, it was taped outside of the camera area. Place the hinges back into the wing in the hinge slots and push it all the way in until the pin reaches the trailing edge of the wing. Pay attention to the flap area. The top part of the wing has a little overhang, so it's best to position the pin from the bottom so that you can reach the trailing edge. Then slide in the control surfaces. Slide the control surfaces so all gaps are equal. Then you can remove the pins. And then you can apply a thin CA glue to the top and bottom of each hinge. Also not visible in this video, I had to fit the aileron and flap control horns first. The tall control horn is for the aileron and the short one for the flap. Just push it in until the edge reaches the top of the control surface. Then we'll use some masking tape and place it around the control horn. This is to prevent the epoxy glue from getting on the control surface. Here I'm showing the dry fitting of the control horns. As you can see, it's a very tight fit. Remove the control horns and then prepare some 5-minute epoxy glue. I use a skewer to take some of the glue and then precisely position it in the control horn slots. The fine point from the skewer makes it easy to get it in as much as needed. Then place the control horns back into the slots, and once you're done you can remove the masking tape. Now we'll work on the servo installation. Use a skewer or toothpick to puncture the covering to locate the holes for the cover screws. Then remove the tape and the covers from the wing. Place the covers back into the position and then drill a hole in each of the cover mounts with a 1.5 mm drill bit. Thread an M2x12 self-tapping screw in each cover mount to prepare the hole. Position a servo in the aileron and flap tray. Make sure that the servo arm is in the center of the slot. Pre-drill the holes for the servo screws with a 1.5 mm drill bit. Also check if the servo mount is properly fastened to the cover, and add some glue if it isn't to your liking. Then secure the servo to the mount with the servo screws. Attach an extension cable to the aileron servo. I used a 300 mm extension cable, and I used heat shrink tubing to ensure that the cables cannot come apart. And then feed them with the wire all the way through the wing to the root of the wing. The same for the flap, but it doesn't need an extension cable. Then we need the push rods. Use the longer ones for the ailerons and the shorter ones for the flaps. Use a 2 mm drill bit to enlarge the outer hole of the servo arm. Then adjust the Z-bend in the push rod for it to be in line with the control horn, and make sure that it doesn't touch the servo arm slot edges. Also make sure that there is no tension in the push rod when it's connected to the servo arm and the control horn. Finally, just screw the cover back in place, and the first part of the build for the Carbon Cub is complete. Finally, use your transmitter and receiver to adjust the center of each control surface. As a precaution, it's best to dial down the max range of each servo to prevent the servo from ripping out your aileron or flap, like in my case. Okay, in this video we worked on the wings. We connected the flaps and the ailerons. We put the servos in, and so that is one part done. In the next part we're going to work on the horizontal stabilizer, the elevator, the rudder, tail wheel, and some of the other linkages that are necessary to keep everything stable. And yeah, see you soon.